Manager working for a company called Coffey Construction. We are based in London. Today my topic is the future of 4D construction. Henry must be happy to see the title. So how Coffey utilized 4D in construction? We've been using Fuzor for the last 3 years. So I'm just going to straight away jump into introduction. Before that, I just want to give a brief about Coffey Construction, what we do. We've been in the industry for the last 24 years, and Coffey Group started by James Coffey in 1991. And then after that, these are the key leaders, our construction director, and commercial director, and the managing director. And we are UK Southern-based construction, and we also have a division in Ireland as well. And we have 4 different divisions, main contractors and infrastructure, also plant division. We have a big plant and all the machines, everything will be used in-house. Today's overview, I want to just give an introduction about traditional approach and the integrated approach. And if some of them don't know what's 4D planning, I'm just going to give a bit of a brief about 4D planning. Let's get started. I think a lot of people talk about what is BIM, so I'm not going to bore you with what is the definition of BIM, but there are other terms also called virtual design construction, digital construction, and digital engineering. If you look at it, we can name many terms, but in the end, it's all about the data, the information that we have it in the data. That's the most important in BIM or virtual design construction or the whole lot. The thing is, we need to connect the relationship between the physical and digital data. When everything connects to each other, it'll just speak to each other, the problem will be solved. In construction or any projects, if you want to talk about cost, time and quality, it'll just take the whole day. I don't want to talk about, I just want to give an introduction how cost and time affect the construction. This is one of the examples. It's a project in central London, underground tunnel construction. It's called Elizabeth Line. If you can see from this slide, the construction began in 2009. It due to open in 2018. Due to delay, then they pushed back to 2019. If you can see on the cost, it just keep increasing. So my point is, you need to try to balance the time and cost. And how do you balance the time and cost? By proper planning. If you plan properly, the execution will automatically happen. And traditional method, if you can see from this chart, nobody will understand it. In a client's point of view, if you go through every taskbar, it's very hard for them to read. And plus, without software, you can't read it. If you have a PDF or anything, it's very hard to read. But also their approach is more with the 2D drawings and sketches in the olden days. In 20 years ago, when we work in a construction, all we do is just submit a cost plan and a program. That's all we do, and our interaction will be mostly with the drawings and the basic 3D model. But now how do we change the scenario of traditional method of work? Well, the change is already here, people are already started using virtual reality and augmented reality. Also, this is one of our footage from on our site this is from Facebook Ireland that we are currently working on, and that's from Finsbury Tower. Also, we use laser scanning. I don't want to talk about all the virtual reality, augmented reality. I'm more interested in the existing technology which is used by Coffey Construction for the past 3.5 years, 4D. This is our approach. We utilize Hyper on site for every site. To the site team, if we find an issue, the site team revert the information straight away to the office people, and the office people who are responsible need to reply within 2 days. And also our collaboration everything will be based on 3D model. We not only use 3D model on office side, also we try to use the 3D model on site as well. So the workforce will understand what's our method, And Fuzor really helped us doing like a nice presentation. So what is 4D planning? If you 4D planning, I think already 2-3 speakers mentioned how 4D planning works. Just having a construction schedule and a 3D model linked together, you get a 4D nice visual presentation. And how 4D planning helps, you can easily able to track the project. You can see what's happening next year, May. Just press and play, and you can pause it whenever you want. You can every elements just link to each other. So rather than looking into loads of drawings, you just press play in a software. Just click on. You can just see everything. Okay, we understand the 4D is the way forward to overcome the planning issue, but do we have a tool that can resolve the problem? In my understanding, these are the 7 points that you need to ask yourself before you buy into software. Does this software easy to use? Is it user friendly? And do you get enough support from the software people? Because we bought a software last month, and a guy came and just give us software. Okay, here's the software. We give you a 3 days training, and start using it. And then after 3 days training, they're gone. Then we need to ring them up. If they ask for technical support, they have no clue. All they do is just pay by the book. But I think in this point of view, Fuzor really helped. In the day-to-day issues, if you find a problem, they straight away come to you and they come up with a solution. Or they'll say, okay, within this time frame, we'll fix this solution. Yeah. Just a quick question. Just raise your hands. How many of you already using Fuzor here? Okay, only few. Okay, this slide is for you. If you look at it in the left hand side, Revit and Fuzor, tweak a bit, and this is in the contract period. We need to do a detailed scheduling. Say for example, to build the wall in a tender stage, we just show building a wall. But in a contract period, we need to have a form mark, we need to have a rebar, everything will be detailed. And in Fuzor, we can able to detail the program and linking everything in animation as well. We are using it for method statements. I'll just show you in a minute. And yeah, another example of how our old method statement. Every tender when we submit, we need to produce a method statement. In the new generation, we've been asked every time, okay, how are you going to build this task? What's the risk assessment? So we need to produce a method statement. That's our method statement in 2016, how it looks like. And this is our new method statement. And if you see from here, every task in the schedule is linked into the model. And this is just a quick video, show how we improved it from pre-construction development from 2016. Yeah, if you look at majority of our method statement and sequencing are based on 2D drawings, and this is in 2017 when we start fully using sequencing. If you look at the timeline on the below, everything is linked. And the 3D models, we tried to use it manual linking. Everything will be linked in manually in 2018. And this is our method statement and the sequencing. If you look at some point, just all the equipments and machines, everything linked. And you can straight away see how busy the site is, and you can when client point of view, they look at it. Oh wow! And this is in 2019. We try to use automated linking. The future, you can just whatever the program task name automatically linked into the model. And this is a sequence animation that we did as well, which is a new feature in 2020. Also, we started incorporating machines and layer-based resources within the 4D model as well in 2019. Yeah, and the other thing that the new feature shows the logistics exclusion. When you use the machine, where's the safe zone that you can't enter in that particular area that you can incorporate in the new one as well. Yeah, so This is another good example how we utilize vehicle tracking. If you work in Hong Kong, London, New York, in busy city, we've been always having a trouble getting a vehicle into the site. We've been always having a restriction how we're gonna bring the material in and material out. This is what we used to do when originally in 2016 when we do like a vehicle path analysis to our client. And this is how we submit our new logistics approach, how we're gonna drive the vehicle through on our construction site. We still wanted to go one step ahead, and how we did like a quick animation showing to our client. We're gonna put like a traffic marshal there, traffic marshal there, and traffic marshal there, stop the traffic and just turn around. It just show people easily, they'll understand what's our intention, how we are planning to build the job. This is a good example. I wanna talk a bit more about. This is a project called Battersea Power Station. It's one of the biggest projects in Europe. We are working in this job for the last 5 years. This is our old weekly report in 2016. Every week we need to produce a weekly report to our client, and in the meeting room we've been discussing our key issues. So this is how it works. The key issues will be mentioned in the weekly report by trade contractor, and every key issue will be linked to the program. So we need to look at the key issue, and we need to look at the program, and we need to go to the method statement and find out the method to perform the task, and the related drawing will be in here. So in order to understand one key issue, you need to go through all the program, method statement, and also the list of drawings. But in our new weekly report, we actually produce a 3D screenshot of from the 4D model. It just shows you what's in progress and what we're going to demolish, and the slab, everything will be highlighted visually, so people straight away understand, okay, this is what we intend to do. And obviously we do have a method statement separately. I don't have too much slides to put into. If you want, I'll show it to you later on. And this is another example of our old logistics layout at Battersea project as well. This is how we used to use. Sometimes we just take an aerial image, overlay some sketches showing, okay, this is our Coffey loading area, this is our platform. But in tender stage, we try to use, this is our new way of using logistics layout. Also, we try to use the loading area and the vehicle moving and the gates, everything will be just covered in a 3D visual images. This is when I joined. My first job is Battersea Power Station. I started working in Battersea Power Station. We've been asked by our client to do a temporary work slab in order to fasten the work. When I asked our site engineer to do a survey, he did a survey because I understand, because it's very complex area. You need to take all the points. It's very hard for him to take the points in every location. So he went there and take the points, spent 2 days with a 2D paper and with all the easting northing coordinates. I need to incorporate this information into the model and produce the model, and some information missing, so we need to go back and take the information. So instead, we start using laser scanning. Fuzor support laser scanning, that you actually import the model and just see the existing and new together. I'm very surprised this morning when Henry mentioned that it supports Faro. My only request to Henry, we use Leica. You need to think of in UK, we use a lot of equipments of Leica, and this is RTC 360. Just within 2 minutes, it just scan the whole area. You can visually see in iPad as well how the 3D looks like. So imagine just setting up engineers, setting up a machine and taking up every point and doing like a 3D scanning. It just give you a whole model. We just done this whole area within 2 days, everything, instead of spending a day, 2 days for one slab. Lord's cricket ground. How many of you play cricket? Any fan of cricket? Nobody. I'm a fan of cricket though. Lords, it's a 230 years old cricket ground. People call this as the home of cricket. We've been asked by our client to demolish this two. This is a new development. We're going to demolish on the two stands and we're going to rebuild the stand. Just have a quick look at this slide. I'm just going to run through with the video. These are the key requirements that we need to consider when we do this task. First thing, we need to demolish the existing concrete stand, which is 2,300 meter cube of concrete that needs to come out of the site. We need to take it from all the way from city, chuck somewhere else, which requires 270 lorries need to come in on site and take it out. Also, we have a piling mat to do a piling works. We need a 3,000 meter cube of material need to bring in as well. And also we need to work along with steelwork contractors. I'll show you in a minute how we use. So this is a two stand. If you look at it on the left and right hand side, we need to demolish everything and rebuild it. So what we did compared to other competitors, we took the model and we take the quantity takeoff while everybody just using a CAD drawing. We model everything. And if you look at it here, everything is linked into the model. It's just that there is no lying behind the back. It's just everything linked with the program. So if you look at from on the left hand side, all the equipments, machines, everything linked. And if you look at that, that's a crusher. So instead of taking the materials, everything out and just bringing a new material, we actually crush all the material, reuse all the material to lay the piling mat, which saved quite a lot of money. It's not only about the money, also the government actually pushing everybody to reduce the carbon footage. Imagine if you're taking a 270 lorries out of the city, just the soil just starts flooding into the environment and just affect the whole environment. But instead of using recycled material, it just control the pollution as well. That's the whole idea of even UK government and the Hong Kong government trying to push implement BIM on every project. If you look at it in UK, all the government projects are BIM mandated. The reason they wanted to mandate is to make sure they understand the benefit of using BIM and technology, how influence the industry. And if you look at the piling material, we actually reuse all the material from the existing stand. The other thing will be we need to work along with the steelwork contractor as well. If you look at it further, yeah, the steelwork contractor actually work on the side. They have a massive mobile crane plant, and we are working on the front as well. So we just try to show to our client how we actually perform, how we're gonna perform the task. They say they don't understand, and this is one of the important thing that win us this job as well. And they have been asked us to give us a presentation as well. How did you manage to do all this? How long did you spend? I actually spent a week to put everything together, all the videos and integration with the steelwork contractors. So return of investment. This is my last slide. Yeah, when I started first time in our pre-construction department, our estimator started using scale ruler and a PDF drawing from markup drawings. It's just out of the window. We're not using it anymore. And everybody just 3D environment model will be our main focus at the minute. Also the improvement in methodology. If you look at it from my previous slide, my old method statement will be like a 2D drawing, but in our new method statement will be everything is 3D model and the visually rich images as well. And revise and rework every time when you make changes, it just automatically update as well, which is a really cool feature. And collaboration between team members improved, time spent on tenders down to 30%. Yeah, our size of the tender also increased marginally as well. And direct adjudication, that's very crucial for us, because the directors, they don't actually involve in the tender stage until the submission tomorrow. They'll just come and sit with you and just ask you, oh, how are you going to build this task? What's your plan? When you look through all the drawings, it just makes you all day to understand the job. if you just press play the video, the state will understand, okay, this is how you're gonna, your intention to build the job. So the adjudication will be a lot quicker internally to understand, also in a client's point of view. And hand over to the site team, reduced by 50% as well. Yeah, when after pre-construction, we need to send it to the post-contractor. The contract team is completely different. We need to explain to them. So instead of explaining in 2D drawings, we just produce a method statement in tender stage. Make sure they're just following our methods. That's it. That's it. My presentation. Thank you for everyone, and I would like to thank Henry and Grace. Enjoy your rest of the evening. Thanks.